Hello my lovelies and Happy New Year to you all. I'm finally back from my skiing holiday, so I'll be making lots more regular tutorials for you guys, and I hope you all had a really great New Year and Christmas and everything. So let's get started with this look. This is quite an interesting look. It's shimmery green with purple, matte purple, but then I've put some of the shimmery green on top. I don't know if you can tell how the purple now has a green iridescence on top of it. Yeah, it looks really cool in person, but in fact all I've used is 3 eyeshadows, or you can really get away with 2. So the first thing I'm going to use is my Angelika foundation. I've already patted that all over my lid, and I've used quite a generous amount because I want the pigments that I'm using to stick really well. And the first colour I'm going to be taking is by MAC, and it's an eyeshadow called Gesso. I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's just a really matte white colour, and I'm just patting that into the inner corner, and this is just to lighten it up because I don't really want to use an inner corner highlight as I'm already using a really shimmery colour. So this is something just to light up the inner corner and give a little bit of a base for the eyeshadow. I also quite like using a matte inner highlight if I'm using a shimmery lid, but then I'm also doing a matte crease but with shimmer on top. So this is just a little bit of matte to mix it up a little bit. The next thing I'm taking is a mineral pigment eyeshadow, and it's called Awakening. It's from Pure Luxe Minerals. You can use any shimmering green you want. I just really like this one. It's a really light, pretty green, and it has a kind of teal reflex or shimmers in it. So it's a really nice colour. I don't know if you'll be able to see it better in the lid, the shimmers. I don't know if you can tell, but it has like teal shimmer to it. So I'm just really packing that into my brush, and then I'm going to press that onto my entire lid, like so. And these Pure Luxe Minerals are very finely milled, so you don't get too much fallout, and they do stay pretty well. Although I find that when I'm blending other colours, I tend to take a lot of it off. So using a sticky base or reapplying after you've done the crease is usually worth doing. So I'm just packing that all in, all over my lid. And it's just creating this pretty, almost translucent green. It's not heavy at all, and the teal shimmer is apparent, but it's very small. It's not like glitter or sparkles, it's just a little shimmer. And I really recommend Pure Luxe Minerals because when I was, well, I don't know right now, but when I was buying them, I got a jar like this for just $1, and they have such a great range of colours and finishes. They're really lovely. And since if any of you guys have watched Reorganising My Makeup Collection, I'm making an effort to use what I have rather than buying new things. So the next thing I'm going to be using is the purple burgundy colour, and it looks like this. I don't want to drop it because it's so dark, and it's called Burnt Burgundy from MAC. I believe it is a pro colour, but I just asked for a sample of it because it is very it's not a colour that you would use every day, and I don't think I would use this a lot on myself or anyone else, so I just thought I'd try a sample of it, but I do really like it. It is a very matte colour, and I'm just pressing this onto the outer half, outer V, creating that shape. And with this pigment, if there is fallout, it's quite bad because the colour of it is blue and red and all the colours that you don't want under your eyes. So I would recommend doing this kind of makeup or anything that you do with this kind of colour first before putting your foundation or concealer on. So I've just pressed that on into the outer V and around into my crease, and now I'm taking a clean 224 brush. Let me just wipe that off from the last time. And I'm going to blend in circular motions out here because I want this look to be really well blended. Just blend it in. Take your time, because with a matte pigment it's always much more difficult to blend. I find that this pigment on the skin becomes a much deeper purple colour than it is in the pot, and it does take a little bit of time. It can even go to pink if you blend it out far enough. So it's a really great pigment to have if you are able to get it, if you have a pro store near you. It does take a little bit of work, and I am getting a little bit of fallout, so just clean that up a little bit. I'm going to use a little bit more and just press that on. With a look like this, I would find it difficult doing one eye at a time, because I often, put a little bit on each eye and then go back and redo it, so it's hard to remember exactly how many times I retouched the green or blended it out this way or that way. So do bear with me, this video is probably going to take a little while for me to reach the desired effect that I had on the other eye. Although it's not a difficult look, using a pigment like this, you don't want it to be overpowering and look like you have a black eye. So I'm going back in with the green and just going over the top very lightly of the inner part, and you can see the reflex already. You can of course not do that, you can leave it matte, but I like the effect that the teal sparkles have on top of the purple. So I'm just going back in and adding a little bit more. And then I'm going to blend it out a little bit more as well. Just blend it all together. Adding just a touch of my brush to do the outer portion. Like so. And it's getting there. On the lower half of the lid, what I have done is taken my 234 and just used a little bit of humid underneath, and then flipped the brush over, and on the very outer third just drag down a little bit of that burnt burgundy, not too much because you don't want much redness under the eye. I'm just going to clean up the edges with a Q-tip. For a look like this, I like to have a really sharp edge on the outer corner. You can use makeup remover, or some people prefer just to put tape there while they're doing it, but I find a Q-tip often works just fine. Just going to blend that up a little bit more. Like so. Then I'm taking a large fluffy brush, and I am taking Vapour eyeshadow as normal. But of course, whatever highlight works best for you. I'm super pale, so for me this is a nice colour. You can even use the gesso that you used before, but something quite matte. And with this, it's a very tiny little bit of shimmer in it, and it's a light pink flesh tone colour. And when I put that on top of the burnt burgundy to smoke it out, it creates a little bit of a purpley pink, which I think looks quite nice. Now I'm going to just do my eyeliner, and for this look, because I really want the green to stand out because the purple is so overwhelming, I'm not going to line it along the entire lid. What I'm going to do is start, ooh, I just got burnt burgundy in my face, it's not a good look. I'll just clean that off. I'm going to start in the outer third and just draw a wedge. If you feel like you need to pull your eye, that's a little bit, just a little bit. And then create a flick. As you all know by now, I can't do eyeliner without making it winged. And so we have a wing like this. Let me zoom you in a little bit, maybe that would help. You see there's a little wing there, and then I'm just going to connect it by really carefully going in to the to the middle part of my eye, like so, and then just fade it out, make it really thin. Always much harder to do on my left eye since I'm right-handed. Make sure you get into the lash line so there are no gaps. So it looks like this. So when I look up now, I have much more space here, and this look really elongates the eyes. And if you have eyes that are a bit close together, this is a really good way of doing it, by doing a darker crease and then only line half or 2/3 of your eye, don't go all the way in. And then I'm going to add some mascara, and I'm using Lancome's Hypnose. I already have a little bit of mascara on, but not too much, so. And that is the look. I am wearing on my cheeks NARS blush, Angelika, and a new lip from Gosh, number 134, which is called Darling. And that's a little shout out to Lollipop26, as we were discussing. Well, she was saying this was one of her favourite nudes recently, and I was saying it is great, but you have to be very careful because look what happened to mine. Ick. It's so soft and creamy that it just snapped, and now every time I close it, it kind of shaves off a little bit at the top, so use a lip brush for it, not to destroy it anymore. But it's a really pretty pinky nude colour, and it's not too light, but with a dark eye look like this, it goes really well. So there's your final look, guys, and I hope you like it. It's something a little bit different, and yes, so I shall see you all soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.